first need to I want to get things ready first. All right, let me do this. I want to change the title of the thing. We'll call this here the Bushcraft whatever Bushcraft. We'll just call it Bushcraft. You know, because that is what we're doing today. All right. So this will do. I'm gonna go ahead and I want to play an ad, so we don't have any pre-rolls today. And yeah, all right. Let's go ahead and do it. Get Streamlabs opened up. All right. Go ahead and do this real quick. Real fast. Hold on. Gonna be activating some music real fast. Hold on. All right. Just service us for a little bit. Yeah. Right. Stepping into chaos, rising higher. Ain't no backing down, oh no, not today. We're out for a ball, we came to play. You feel that beat, yeah, you hear that sound. Clashing like thunder all around. We're taking on the storm, oh side by side. Hold tight, stay fierce, ready for the ride. Bring it on, yeah, the battle's on. Stand your ground, feel the power, we're all headstrong. With fists up high and hearts so bold, we're unstoppable, watch it all unfold. We line up like soldiers trying to win. We're here for a fight, let the battle begin. With every step the thrill just grows. Hearing the wild where anything goes. You hear that beat, oh it's building fast. The kind of fire that's made to last. Feel the rush, yeah, feel the thrill. Right here, right now, we're unbreakable steel. Bring it on, yeah, the battle's on. Stand your ground, feel the power, we're all headstrong. With fists up high and hearts so bold, we're unstoppable, watch it all unfold. Oh, here we go, reset, fight. All out energy, nothing but might. Crowds collide, adrenaline's real. You feel that spark, it's the fire and steel. Oh, here we go, ready, set, fight. All out energy, nothing but might. Crowds collide, adrenaline's real. You feel that spark, it's the fire and steel. Bring it on, yeah, the battle's on. Stand your ground, feel the power, we're all headstrong. With fists up high and hearts so bold, we're unstoppable, watch it all unfold. Bring it on, yeah, the battle's on. Stand your ground, feel the power, we're all headstrong. With fists up high and hearts so bold, we're unstoppable, watch it all unfold. Bring it on. Tumble out of bed, grab a coffee to go. Hit the morning grind, cause you reap what you sow. It's a hustle and a bustle, but I'm chasing that dream. Living for the weekend, or so it seems. It's a rat race, I'm running fast. Try to make this paycheck last. Punch the clock, hear that ding. Just another day, let the work bell ring. Clocking in, we're all on the grind. Chasing down dollars, barely keeping in line. Working hard just to make it through, but I got big plans and I'm breaking through. Boss on my back with their do it now tone, but they don't know the dreams I've sown. Every file, every task, it's all just a test. One day I'll leave, show them my best. It's a game we all gotta play, trading hours for a little pay. Punch the clock, feel the heat, but my fire burns underneath. Clocking in, we're all on the grind, chasing down dollars, barely keeping in line. Working hard just to make it through, but I got big plans and I'm breaking through. Clocking in, we're all on the grind, chasing down dollars, barely keeping in line. Working hard just to make it through, but I got big plans and I'm breaking through. Dreaming big in my cubicle, stacking up the unthinkable. One day soon I'll break away, but my grind into my payday.
All right. Let's see here.
Clocking in, we're all on the grind,
Let's do one
chasing
thing
down dollars,
first.
barely keeping in line. Working hard just to make it through, but I got big plans and I'm breaking through. Locking in, yeah, I'm doing my time with the small town dreamers gonna shine. Punch that clock, I'll keep on the climb till my big break. It's my
Let's see
time
here.
to shine.
All right.
My yard.
I'll try my
What the hell is even that?
They're doing
Ugh.
their own, but they
Hold
don't
on,
know the
okay.
dreams I've sown. Every file, every task, it's all just a
Where
test.
is it?
One day I'll leave, show them my best. Dreaming big in my cubicle, stacking up the
I want to see if we have our chatbots, our stuff activated. Let me see here. I want to do a little test and see everything that is here. Let me do one thing. Let me do one thing real fast. Let's go ahead and I want to do this voice control. I want to test all of these just to make sure all of them work. Okay? Because I don't want to like do a stream one day, use these commands, and they don't work. Okay? So, capture clip. This command allows me to automatically record, and this command allows me to stop recording. Stop record. Stop record. Works. Cool. Cool. Are ads playing right now? They are playing right now. Okay. We'll wait for the ads to stop. Alright, before we continue. But yeah. Let's see here. I don't need these anymore. Deletes. Alright. Delete. Hold on. Move to the side, move over there. Yes, sir. Let's go. Oh. God damn it. For those who don't know, I sit crisscross on the chair. I literally sit crisscross, like one leg over the other, you know? The other leg is under the other. Like, that's how I sit. I sit weirdly. I sit in a weird way. But yeah. Let me, I want to see something, actually. Let's go on to Twitch, actually. I want to see if a certain category is popular. Oh shit. Ugh. C9. Content of the Ninth Seal. No one streams in this platform. Makes sense. I can't imagine anyone would. Oh, okay. This is what I want to see. Right? I want to see if anyone streams in certain platforms, alright? Because I wouldn't mind streaming there, you know? So, Mabinogi, I want to see. How many people are streaming in Mabinogi? Hold on. Right here, we have 14. Yeah, it's a pretty big fucking, place to stream. But yeah. Let's see here. Interesting. I don't know. I would love to play Mabinogi, but like the problem is with Mabinogi, right, is the game that's out right now it is, to me, it's a fun game for what it used to be. Nowadays, it is incredibly easy, you know? Like, underwhelmingly easy in comparison to, like, other games, you know? Other RPG games. And that, to me, is not fun. Like, personally, I prefer RPG games, like MMORPG games that are, like, that are challenging, but, like, in a way that, I could get behind, you know? Because, yeah. Let me see here. Black Desert. I want to see if the games that I play, any of the old games that I play, have a player base. Alright? Let's go Fusion Fall. Makes sense why there wouldn't be any Fusion Fall. What's a good game? Let me see here. How about... What is a game that I used to play that, didn't exactly... Like, oh, let me see here. How about EverQuest? Is anyone playing EverQuest? We do. We have some people playing EverQuest. Not surprisingly, the game's... I played a little bit of the game, not enough to, like, call it good, but, like, enough of the game to, like, to understand there's a wide player base who plays this game pretty, religiously. God, a part of me wants to go... Okay, a part of me wants to go onto my, Steam, library and see what games are popular, what games are being played on Twitch, because I find it funny, or not funny, I find it interesting how, like, you know, we're so far into, like, you know, games, right? Or, games coming out at the wazoo, and people are just still playing these old RPG games, right? And to me, that's fun, you know? That's fun, because, like, there's still people enjoying these games that I love, you know? That I would, you know, find myself playing again. Let me see, how about Mortal Online? Mortal Online 2. We have someone who's, how many people do we have here? We have, like, not a lot of people, which is absolutely fine. So Mortal Online, for those who don't know, Mortal Online is like DayZ RPG medieval fantasy like, alright? You play as a character which ages over time, you unlock skills and other stuff, right? And if you die, you lose everything. Like, you go back down to level 1 and you start fresh, basically. And this game is open world PvP, meaning anyone can kill you. In this game, it's very hardcore. You can play this game for like 5 years, die, and that's it. You know? But yeah. Let me see here. What else? What other games are still out, but I still, you know, let me see here. Riders of Icarus. Is Icarus still a thing? No, it makes sense why not. Okay. What else? Riders of Icarus was a fun game too. That game was like Pokemon to me, you know? Let me see here, hold on. Persona 5 Royale. I'm pretty sure people are playing this game, but I want to see, you know, how many people are playing this game. We do have a very sizable amount people playing that game. How about just normal Persona? I'm doing this because I would like to see if I would like to stream any of these games. How about Persona 5 3? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Okay. Now, the reason why I want to do this, I'm looking at these games because I want to, eventually stream them. I am streaming Persona 5, so that's whatever. But like, yeah, I want to include more games into this game. Let me see. How about Minecraft? Uh, Cobblemon. It might be a hard sell to do that one actually. What I want to do is I want to try and like expand the community. That's what I'm trying to do. But anyway, let's just start with our main shit today. So what I plan on doing today is I plan on making a stylized bush, and then I plan on playing some Persona 5 Royale later on today. All right. So I have some references here, but I kind of want to get some more references. Stylized bush wireframe. I want to get a basic general idea of what the hell we're going to be doing, okay? Cuz yeah. So this needs to be relatively okay for a, let's see here. Okay for a game setting. And I get we can have like Shikata. We could have like, what's the term? LODs, to like make things like appear lesser from a distance, but like part of me also wants to make sure that what we do is systematically correct. Let me see here. Like that one, actually. Okay. Let me see here. What else? Not going for textures, though, because, I feel as if we can do this without textures. No, without, like, importing a fucking, PNG to the damn, to the thing. Let me see here. Let me see. Could this work? Part of me believes it can work. The part of me is like, do we even want this? Let's see here. Okay, so this is the plan, alright? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make the... Hold on. I want to go ahead and make the low poly first, alright? That way we can kind of like choose how many polygons the bush has altogether, right? Because this is what the so let me explain how LOD. Oh, let me see here. Let me explain how it works. All right. See here. Hold on. What? From a do this real fast. On. God. Trying to make sure I'm using the right abbreviations, Let's see here. Alright, so let me do this. LODs, or... The fuck were they... Hold on. I know what it did. I can't remember the acronym. Because we use a lot of acronyms in games, alright? We use a fucking ton of them. And... we can just call it a simple ass fucking term. But we don't. Because, 3D modelers and game designers want to be special, I guess. I don't know. Let's see here. What's... It is called LODs. Level of detail. That's what it's called. So, this is what LODs are. Alright? They make things appear lesser in polygons the further you are away from that object, right? So, we could have a cup that is like 400 polygons, right? But what happens if you have a bunch of those cups in one area? Here's the problem with LODs and a lot of fucking game designers, right? Or, whatever. Basically, you get the games that think, oh, LODs will save my life. They won't save your life or your game's life, alright? Let's say we have like 5 cups on a table, right? 5 cups on a table. That's pretty. Or 4 cups, let's just say, right? That's all right. That could be a scene, you know. That could be like just a simple prop, right? A simple setup for a table. But if you have 4 cups on a table, that's going to be around 16,000 polygons, alright? Or 1,700 polygons, I mean. Right? That's a lot of polygons, and your computer might be able to handle that, right? But there's also things in the area. There's the world itself, there's the characters, there's the items, there's everything, right? Therefore, I personally think that you should probably use a lot lesser polygons in your area, right? Because ideally, if you are going to be making a area that is going to consist of LODs or have LODs to make things look more fun or to make things more optimized for the player, right? You have to be considerate of where everything is going to be placed, because if a player is like right up close to a certain thing, right, then to a lot of objects, right, then the player is going to lag out, okay? They're going to lag, it's going to be very slow, it ain't going to be fun for anyone. So, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and make the low poly first, alright? I want to make at least 3 bush variants, alright? It'll be pretty easy. It'll be very, very easy, alright? What I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and get out a cylinder, alright? I'm going to take the cylinder and move it down to, let's go for, we want to have more on top. Let me see here. Let's go for, let's try 7 and 7, alright? 7 and 7. Move this up. Alright. Go like so with that. I didn't want to have the what do you call it? The ball rounding effect on the bottom portion, because I'm going to be placing shit there. If it's flat, it'll be easier to manipulate. But anyway, so let's go for one of these, another one over here, and another one over here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and mess with that one. This will be a big boy. This will be a smaller one. Smaller bush, alright? And I'm going to go ahead and unlock their normals. Going to go ahead and soften these things out, alright? And how many polygons are these? This is fuck it, it's 50, 50, 50. Alright, let's see here. So, in my opinion, I think we could easily get away with using about 50 polygons per bush, but I feel like we could use some. Here's what's gonna look like, alright? So, ideally. So, let's say we're far away from these bushes, right? This is what the bushes are gonna look like, right? As a polygon mesh, right? But as we get closer, as the player gets closer, right, I want the details on the bush to actually start appearing, right? So let me go ahead and do this, alright? I'm going to literally move this down by quite literally to like 2 polygons each, alright? I want to make sure, let me do this actually. We'll call this here, bush standard. Standard. Let me see here. We'll call this bush tall standard. Call this one here bush wide standard. And we'll call this one here bush small standard. That standard is literally the word standard is going to be like the main prop, you know? It's kind of like you go into call it what's a good standard thing? Like let's say Minecraft, if you will, right? The oak wood forest is like the standard forest in the game, you know? The oak wood forest is the standard shit, right? The what should we call it? The dirt blocks, right, that have the green color hue in the oak wood or in that type of forest, right? It's very iconic, it's very standard, it's what everyone knows. It's the thing that Minecraft was like born in, you know? Like it's very standard. Standard in my opinion or standard is usually whatever is going to be like the most common thing in your area, which is why I use that on my props, you know? If it's going to be a commonly placed item, it's going to be called standard. But yeah. So now I am going to do this, all right? I want to go ahead and do something interesting, all right? We're going to purposefully make some high polys, all right? High polys just for these planes, all right? Just for the planes. And we're going to make 3 variants, and they're going to be pretty easy, all right? Pretty easy to make, all right? I'm going to go ahead and make, let's see here. We will go for, how about, we'll go for leaf. Let's see here. Let's see here. 3 or what? That's what I want. I want like 3 leaves like bunched up, right? Let's see here. Leaves. Pair of 3. This one will be leaves pair double pair of 2. All right, I want to give myself options. All right, one of the things I do in game design is I like to give myself the options. All right, the options to me are everything. All right, they're everything. But yeah, so you know what? I'll do this instead as well. So I would like to do this. Let me just organize these as such, all right? So make sure these are like in order, you know? So we have pair of 3 leaves. Let's see here, double pair of 3. All right. Let's go for pair of 2. Then this last one will be flower. Okay? We'll have, let's see, what kind of flower do we want for this thing? I'm thinking maybe something like a marigold, maybe like something, I don't want to go for a purple flower. I feel like that's kind of that's like common, you know? A purple flower on a bush, to me, is a little bit too common. I'm thinking maybe we will do better with, let's go for a let's go for a red flower. All right, this is a medieval fantasy world where we get to choose what the hell goes into this world. I want a red flower. We'll call this flower something. We'll call this flower. Actually, no. We'll make it white. No, a yellow flower with like a red hue on the inside of the petals. We'll call this the Vanessa Herald flower. I say that because we do have flowers in this game that are called the Vanessa Herald, and those flowers will like those are some flowers that do certain effects in the game. So that is what we'll do. We'll call this here the Vanessa Herald flower. All right. I know what that is. I know how to make it. It's pretty goddamn easy. All right. Not to mention too, we have like I do have a mesh for that, so we don't really have to work on that too much. So, anyways, so let me go ahead and go off and get that Vanessa Herald flower. All right. This is the beauty of having a bunch of assets already made. You know, like all these assets, right? I purposefully made every single one of them so I would have them to use in other portions of the game, which is what game design really is. It's what it's all about. But like me, I utilize everything. You know. In fact, let me go ahead and do this. I don't know. Do we have a? Should I already have it? I should have already had it. As a bring inable thing. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up Moya. Open up the Vanessa Herald flower. All right, on. Wait for it to load up. We're gonna have to open up substance for this. So this is the flower bouquet, by the way. I'm doing the same thing that I'm doing with the flower or the bush leaves as I did with these bouquets of flowers. But you know, so I'm gonna go ahead and import one of these leaves. All right, just one of these leaves. That is it. Go ahead and copy it. Put it right in the middle. I'm gonna go ahead and do an export. Gonna go ahead and go here, move back that, type in FBX, go to Vanessa Herald. We'll call this here call this here Vanessa Herald flower petal. Let's see here. Hold on. I am Sarah. It is that. Shit. Alright. Whatever. Flower petal. Alright. Let's see here. So now... Oh, and by the way, let me actually show you what we're doing with the Vanessa flowers, alright? So... Go where there it is. Basically, we're doing this, right? Looks all nice and you know, well fleshed out, right? It has all the shadow, has the AO. Actually, hold on. Go to the bake. All right, we have the baked in normals, the ambient occlusion. We have the ID maps to select the mesh, the opacity, bent normals, right? Let me see here. Curves, thick, that, whatever. And doing so, I'm able, well, with the opacity in the ID maps, I'm able to basically just, like, make it flat, alright? This right here is a whopping expensive amount of polygons. It comes out to 8. 8 polygons for this entire thing. Now, I could have added like a couple hundred polygons, like the fucking cup, but I don't see a point. No, I don't see the reason to do that, you know? I feel like this is fine. All right. We have the front and we have the back. All right. These are both 8 polygons each, and of course the petals, they are 1 polygon. All right. Not that I'm gonna have these things kind of like brushing by, you know. These petals are primarily just for like, you know, placing on the ground, right, to like make it seem like, oh, the flowers are losing its health, right? Because, you know, what happens when you pick flowers, right? You don't put it in water, right? It starts to wilt. So that's just for a little detail for wherever I place this flower bouquet of I'll call it Vanessa Herald flowers. But yeah, so let me go ahead and take out. Actually, let me do this. Actually, I could just keep this open and use it whenever I get to this program. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out this. Don't save it. We just don't need to. Go over to the FBX file. Pedal. Bring in the pedal. All right. Bring out this. We'll call this here Vanessa Herald. Pedal high. All right. Oh yeah, and ad's gonna play in a couple minutes. That happens. Take a little break. All right. Take a little break. But yeah, let me see here. That'll be fine. All right, so let me go ahead and do this real fast. I want to go ahead and give this thing a basic Lambert color because I want to be able to select this. All right. I want to select it, make it white, or not white, yellow, I mean. And I want to flip this thing over. Let's go. On. Freeze all of that. Go like so. Bam. Oh, shit. Ugh. Go all the way. Alright, let's go. So, the way this flower can work, or usually works, is it goes like this. On. Alright, so let me go ahead and do this real fast. Ugh. Go right there. Alright. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and do all of that. Go right here. Go right here. The idea, of course, is we cannot make this thing too flat, alright? We can't make it too flat. Because, or too curved, because, again, we are basically applying this to a fucking flat disc, you know? So that ain't gonna work. Alright? What I want to do is I want to... You know what? I think what we might benefit from, actually. Let me do this, actually. I want to pull in... Let's bring in 2 more... Actually, fuck it. We'll fill up the UV space with this. Let's go ahead and make 3 more. Alright? And I'm going to call this one... See here. Vanessa Herald flower. Flower. Pair of 2. And we'll call this one pair of 3. Then we'll call this one pair of 4. Alright? Simple as that, alright? So now, We should be in order. Hold on. Boom. 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 All right, cool. So now I'm going to go ahead and... Whoops. Whoop. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and... I want to put this on top of the first one. Actually, let's make another one. Make another one. We'll go ahead and use this one as the staple. All right. The staple leaf or leaf. The staple what you call it? The staple fucking flower, whatever. Losing my mind out here. Anyway, so we'll have a cap under there. Let's see here. The cap will be... It'll be this. Yeah, it'll be this. So the cap underneath is kind of important because we need it to be you know, we need it to be a little bit... I don't want to have that underpiece like show the Actually, no. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Wait. No. Hold on. So I want to have this piece under here. I want to play with the let's see here. Flower high. I'm gonna play with it, alright? Play with this here high poly, alright? I call this one red, alright? This one is gonna be red, so we can select this as is, alright? Sweet. Make sure this is only visible right there. Alright. Now, why is it red? Whenever you make ID maps, alright? Or you want to make ID maps for your mesh, you want to make whatever different color, you want to make it the complete opposite of the other color, right? Because if it's like a fade, if it's just too similar to another color, Substance Painter will try and select both colors and try to modify both aspects of the model, alright? So, one's red, one's yellow. Simple as that. Don't get it complicated, alright? Don't gotta do anything about that, alright? So now, I'm gonna go ahead and just plop this over here. Alright. Make this in the center, alright? In the center, we'll go over here. Actually, let me do this, actually. I want to make sure this is actually, kind of size, you know? Go right there. Put in the middle. Go over here. Do I want to make it as big as possible? No, I don't want to make it as big as possible. Let me see here. Go over here. This is going to be pair of 2. Alright. So now I'm going to go ahead and go like so. Tilt this back. Go over here. Tilt this over here now. Gonna go inside both of them. Increase the size. The rule is it cannot be nothing can be outside of the border right here. That's the rule, alright? That is the rule. But the flowers can be underneath each other to give off an effect of this is an actual fucking plant. So there you go. Alright. Nothing can be fading out from underneath the plant, or at least, you know, visually on top, of course. Let's see here. Let's go right there with that. Anything poking out underneath here. Okay, we're good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure this here is not being a goddamn nuisance. See here. Pull this up a little bit. Yes, sir. Alright. Over here, there's going to be 3 of them. I'm going to go ahead and do this, all right? See here, so go ahead and do this. Now, I'm only making this so that we can have an easy batch of vegetation assets to use and place on certain portions of our map or on our plants, right? Now we can modify these planes to have more polygons to make them appear more less flat, right? If we do have an area where like these plants can be it can have more polygons to increase the detail, but honestly, I don't really see a reason why we'd have to increase the polygon count, right? I mean, we could. The problem with like going back and forth on polygon count is that there's a lot of optimization, right? And you could use LODs to lower the amount of polygons the player can see on the model from distance, but considering that a player might be looking at these or being in the same area vicinity as these models as they are like in a big group, that's not gonna be a good idea, you know? Not to mention too, if we have a lot of polygons on everything, right? And we rely on LODs to kind of break it up, we still limit ourselves to what we can place in one area, right? So, guess what we're not doing? We are making it easier for us because easier for us, easier for the player, because I don't want no one blowing up their computers, alright? Over some flowers. Alright? So 1 polygon, or 2 polygons for each. Alright? 2 polygons per set of flowers, alright? There might be like 2 or 3 of these, like I would assume on like one Shikawada, on one bush, there might be like maybe like one of these, right? And that's all good or not, right? But let me see here. Move that down. All right. I'll make one bigger than the other. It'll be more much more realistic, honestly. But basically, there might be like 1 or 2 of these on the model at the same time, right? Which is only going to be like 16 or 20 polygons, you know? Because there simply will be not a whole lot. Go ahead and go like so. All right. But yeah. All right. All right. All right. We'll do the check though. Check and see if it all fits in the area. I'll put that in the middle. Put in the middle because I like making sure. All right. I like making sure my things work, you know? See, I don't want to increase the size of the polygon, right? Because we can easily have all 9 of these polygons take up the entirety of the goddamn UV space, which I think is going to be pretty fucking cool. Pretty nifty in my opinion. So yeah. So now I'm going to move over these, alright? Move these over and incorporate a 4th one, alright? A 4th flower right there. Alright. And yeah, I'm going to decrease the size on all of these. We can fit them all in. If I'm making it seem, I mean, if it's crammed, that's whatever. But like, if I'm making it seem too much, right? Go ahead and put it like right here. Now we justify it to fit. All right, we play with it in a way. Hold on. What? Okay. Yeah. Hold on. Move it right over here. All right. Move this over here. And we'll pull it up like here. Right like this, all right? Hold on. The beauty of baking in general is that you could, I mean, it's a pretty fucking large radius you can bake from, so I don't really care or mind, where the like, let me see here, like what this will I don't really mind like how much of the flour depth it'll bake, or it needs to bake, or how far it needs to be for it to bake, because the size is pretty fucking good. All right, it's pretty good. I'm gonna go and get rid of that. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just make all of these one singular asset. All right, one singular thing. We'll call these high. All right. I'm going to go ahead and grab all of these. All right. I want to put all of these in their own group. We'll call these things, let's see here. Bush, veggie, assets. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make all of these a texture, okay? Call it standard. We'll call these bush, or whatever. Bush, veggie, assets. All right. Gonna go over here. Call this thing not brush, but bush. Okay. All right. Now I want to incorporate this into the UV shell. All right. So now I'm gonna go ahead and grab all of these, put this down to a 94. Get it? Oh shit. Yeah. Hold on. 94. Get it. All right. Let me do this actually. So let's say I want to put this all over the area right now. What will be the vicinity of this? All right. Let's get it. It'll be that. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this. This will be like a fucking connect 4 ... bullshit. All right. So or a Rubik's cube, right? Let me go ahead and grab this. I want to put this on the top, all right? Boom. All right. Put this here over here. Now, I want a preference, all right? I want to make this, what you call it, I want to make this model very clean, if you will, So I want to eventually incorporate. Actually, no. It'll make sense if this is like an individual asset. It's not gonna be too expensive for the game. Basically, what I'm gonna do is I want to make this here its own individual texture set. All right. While the plants over here are their own texture sets, right? The bushes, because in actuality, this here is, I want to say, it'll be its own thing. Therefore, it will not be so bad to have this thing be its own model. Be a part of its own texture, So what I'm finna do is I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Can I make this thing 95 or 94? I mean, we could. Okay, cool. Do I want to though? This seems like a very big waste for this. Waste of a UV space, I mean. Huh. You know what? Nah. What is the size of this? What is the size of that? We'll do that. Go over here. And we'll get it. Go over here, lay out what you got for me. Lays it out as such. All right, how about over here with the smaller assets? Let's go face. Go like so. Are we okay with that, though? I'm okay with that. You know what? That's fine by me. Alright. This would be a relatively, low-costing thing, so I'm fine with that. In fact, can we go ahead and just, we could, couldn't we? You know what? Screw it. Let's go ahead and just incorporate, these, bushes into... Nah. I want to make sure these are high quality. Alright? It ain't gonna be much for the plants to be higher quality, you know? Alright, so let's go ahead and do this, alright? What was this one? This one was leaves, pair of 2. That'll be easy. So what I'm going to do with the leaves, alright, it's going to be an easy-ass process, very painless, alright, relatively. And let me go ahead and... I want to... see here. I want to do this. Wait for it to save before we continue. Because, might as well. Alright. Meantime, let me go ahead and do this real fast. Alright. Interesting. I guess that could work too, I guess. I'd do that anyway, whatever. We'll wait for this thing to, save, and then we will continue. Alright? See here. But yeah, let me go ahead and... Is this thing saving? Okay, never mind. It did save. Never mind. I thought it was crashing. I was gonna say, what the fuck? Okay. Let me do this. Alright. Pull out one of these. Alright. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, whoops. Alright, let me, do this real fast. 1. I want to... Actually, let's go with this, actually. Let's go for... one of these. Alright. I want to put this down to a 2. I'll go to a 3. Never mind. 2 and that. Let's go ahead and flatten this thing out. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and turn this thing off quickly. Don't need that anymore. Do this. Grab this right here. Pull this up. All right, pull this down. I want to make this thing, huh? All right, like that. Pull that in. Let's go half. All right, we're basically making a leaf shape. All right, a leaf shape because we need a fucking leaf. All right, let's go ahead and do this. All right, let's go 90, and I'm gonna make 3 different leaf shapes. All right, maybe 2. I don't know. Yeah, I'll make 3. Whatever. So this will be easy. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. All right, bring this up. Bring this thing down. Oh, yeah, yeah, let's go a little bit less. Over here, we'll go ahead and bring this to this. Bring this outwards and upwards. It's fine. Go like so. Bring that back. All right. Bring this back one in a little bit. All right. Push it out. Bam. All right. Nice. Got all 3 of our things ready. What does it look like as the as this? Interesting. Well, whatever. So all I care about is getting the smooth mesh preview over to the polygons. There we go. Here is our high poly for the leaves. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and grab all of them. Turn off normal maps. Give these things one of those. All right. And now I do this. It makes a fucking difference, whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and do this though. Let me see here. Let's go ahead and go up here. Interesting. That's fine. Alright, so actually, let me see here. Can I go? It's a lot of work. Never mind. Alright, so I'm gonna do this right now. Alright? I'm gonna go ahead and do let's go and do this. All right. Go like so. All right. Go like so. And move it out. All right. Pull this in. All right. Now you move this thing out like so. All right. Grab this, pull it out, go over here, pull this in, let's go right here. Right there, go right here, pull this in, pull that out, and whole thing all together. Alright, cool. That'll be one of our leaves. See here. Let's do the same thing here, except we'll do something a little bit easier. There we go. See here. And let's go like so. It's also a good way to make like teeth, you know? Like fangs, if you will. Then we'll keep this thing very basic. Go like so, and done. There we go. Alright, so now I will do this. Let's say this is the first leaf, okay? We'll call it, we'll name these in age ring, alright? We'll call this thing, leaf, old, leaf old, leaf young. Call this one leaf adult. All right. Now, why am I naming it this? Why am I naming it these weird terms? Well, the reason being is because if we go in order of how these leaves age, right? Let's see, this leaf is the old leaf, right? This is what it looks like when it's just absolutely past its time, right? There's no saving the plant. This is when the leaves are starting to sprout. This is when they're nice and ripe. This is when it's old, right? So now we can tell, which is which, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start with, let's go with, let's go with this one first. Pair of 3. Let's say we have the, see, pair of 3. All right, so say we have this right. We'll go ahead and bring this up. Actually, let me actually need to copy it, not use the one from the palette. So let me go ahead and do this, right? Go ahead and bring this over here. Go up like so. Let's say from the leaf right here. Go like so. Oh shit, let me actually give all these a color, all right? So we can have that as an ID map as well. We'll call this thing green because leaves, all right? I'm going to go ahead and give this thing a nice minty green flavor. A little bit lime, whatever. Doesn't matter to me. So let's go ahead and do this, all right? What is... Here, let me actually do this. What is the size of this thing? I see. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do this, all right? Bring this one over. Let's go for this one, actually. This one over here. All right. And we'll go ahead and bring... What's this one? Double pairs of 2. All right. Let's go ahead and bring this over here now. We'll have these two be its own pair. We'll have this one come over here. We'll have this one group up this one over here now, like so. Make it spread apart. All right. All right. See here. Make it spread apart. Go like so. Go ahead and do this. Tilt it to the side. That way it can have some depth to it. Not gonna do the same thing over here because it really doesn't matter. All right. The same thing over here now. Right. And what's this one now? Leaves. Double pair of 3. All right. I'm gonna bring this one over. Why this one? Because it is of size. We'll go ahead and save it later. All right. Go over here with this. Move it to the side. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and move this down. Move this here down. Move this thing here. Move this thing up to the side. All right. Move this to the side as well. All right. Move this over. Go like so. Move that up. Bang, bang. There you go. Right there. Hold on. Go right here with that. We'll decrease the size. This is fine by me because it, really doesn't matter. Go like so. All right. You can always increase the size of the polygon anyway. All right, or of the plane right here. Let's see here, go like so. Go right up here. What matters is what it looks like on top of here like this. This is the only thing that matters when it comes to these here leaves, all right? This is the only thing that matters. Because this is how it's going to look like on the actual plane, all right? It ain't going to bake what's going to be over here, like from this angle. It ain't going to bake what's going to be over on this angle, right? It'll bake whatever is on top, all right? So, that's all we have to worry about. But yeah. So now we will now do this one. Leaves, pair of 2. Let me see here. What was this one? Double pair of 2. What was this one? Pair of 3. Double pair of 2. Okay, so this is like a singular version of this one down here. Alright, cool. So now I'm going to go ahead and do this. Grab this now. It doesn't matter what angle that these are anyway. I know this could be like rotated like 90 degrees or whatever the hell. It doesn't matter. Alright? It really doesn't. All it matters is, you know, do these leaves, are they in a position where they make sense? You know? For the high poly. But yeah, go ahead and grab this. All right, put it right there. Go up here like so. We can increase the size if we may. We don't have to. Now, if you notice, right, I am not going to be making any stems for this. Why am I not making any stems for this? Because that is going to make even more finicky work for us, and this is fine. This is fine, honestly. If you notice too, let's go look at our references, right? Look at our references, right? If you notice, right, there are no stems. This is just fucking 2 leaves, just kind of like melded together. But you wouldn't know, because ideally in a game setting, you're not going to be passing by this thing and seeing that, right? You can also see there might be a little bit of emissive map on the fucking the flowers, but you know, but yeah, you're not like, it just doesn't exist on here, right? Like, you don't need to worry about the stems, right? That's the thing too. Certain things on models don't need to be prioritized, right? Now, in some cases, right, we don't prioritize them because we fucking forget about them, right? But sometimes it's best to not prioritize on certain portions of the model because that makes even more finicky, way more less freedom for you as the designer, you know. It all comes down to what gives you the most freedom. You know? What gives you the most freedom, and that is it. Alright? So now we're gonna go ahead and move this back, alright? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and start making these high polys, right? Let's see here. I call these actually the low poly assets. I'm gonna go ahead and do this now. This is called single leaf, alright? A single leaf. Alright? That's what I'll call this right here. Single leaf high. High. Whoops. Single leaf height. Alright? Move that to the bottom. I like to move things around where, like, it kind of, like, makes sense for the rest of it, you know? So now, I'm going to go ahead and do this, alright? This is, group this together. Now, leaves, pair of 3. We'll call this thing here leaves, pair of 3, height. Alright? And now that it is like this, right? I can now go ahead, plant this in the middle so it makes more sense. Ideally, it doesn't matter where I place this thing, because I can easily just, like, modify the size of it, you know? But yeah. And also, there is no outstanding details on these here leaves, alright? That's another thing about the models, right? Or these high polys, right? Like, because there is no, like, insane detail on the leaves, I don't gotta worry about these leaves not, I don't have to worry about these leaves, not having all their bakes in, you know? Or not having, like, the maximum, detail for their bakes, because it just simply doesn't have the detail that I need to worry about, you know? I can apply details through textures. If I wanted to make a bush that was absolutely flawless, right, I would go off to, the ZBrush, make a high poly of all these leaves, and just use that as the high detail leaves, right? But I don't want to do that because that's a lot of work, and that's a lot of time. And this is a stylized game, and leaves are not the main priority uh of the game, right? The flowers though, the flowers I did work on these in ZBrush, but specifically like just the one petal and just copy it to the rest of them, right? Around the entire flower, right? So yeah. We got so yeah. That is what we that is where we're at right now, basically. But anyway, so make sure nothing is blending in underneath. Pull that up. Alright. Pull this one up as well. Alright. Just to be sure, okay? I don't want anything sticking out underneath or on top of the planes, alright? The low poly planes. Alright? I'm gonna go ahead and do this though. Group all these together. Take the name of this thing right here, Lee's double pair of 2. I'll apply that to here, call this thing the high. Gonna go ahead and put this on top right there. Alright, let's go ahead and grab these now. Bam, 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 bam. Let me see here. Let me go ahead and move these things inwards. I can see there's a little tiny bit of it poking out from the side right there. I don't want that, alright? I'm going to go ahead and meld these things together. I'm going to take the name, go down here, call this thing that height. Alright. Now, last one, these two leaves, meld them together. Alright, grab this thing right here, leaves pair of 2, grab the name, leaves pair of 2 height. Alright. Grab everything, delete the history, grab all of these, blow that out the window, and now we have all of these. Alright, these will be our leaf resources. Alright, leaf resource. That's all good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and bring all of these. I'm gonna call these I'm gonna call this is gonna be bush leaf veggie assets low. This will be leaf veggie assets high. Alright. Now I'm gonna go ahead and save it. I don't want to lose anything. Alright. And just so we can be prepared, I am going to open up. Oh, we already have it open up. Ah, whatever. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and open up. Hold on. Get rid of Premiere. I don't want this. Why do they have to make it so difficult? Let me see here. Adobe and their bullshit. Task Manager. Let's see here. Premiere and Task. I think everything so difficult. Alright, so now gotta wait for this thing to do its thing because whatever. Alright. Alright. Just making sure that it saves up and whatnot. But yeah. What I might do is I might actually change the double flowers and like have those be decreased in size, you know? That seems like it would be a worthy thing to do. But yeah. Each one of these little squares, right? These are going to be 2 polygons, which is very inexpensive when it comes to the game we're trying to make, you know? Again, this game is going to consist of around 8 players, 8 to 16 players per game. Therefore, you had to account for like 8 to 16 times the assets being shown in one area. That's the thing about games, right? You have to consider how many things are going to be in the vicinity. How many fucking potions will spawn in one area? How many items will drop from an enemy? How many this, and that, right? Now, some games, right, they'll make it simple and just make the item that drops just a little cache, right? A little tiny like box that, you know, levitates and goes and touches your character, right? You have the item in your inventory now. That item is equivalent to a fucking PNG, and you're good to go, right? Simple as that. Simple, right? But if I believe if you were to go all the way back, and optimize everything, you could make it an actual like physical thing, you know? An actual physical thing for the player to you know see as it fucking drops, right? But anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and see here. I want to delete the history of all of these items here, right? Freeze transformation. Then I want to get this into Painter, where I will then bake out the ID maps, make sure I can use a proper ID map on this thing. Actually, I'll bake out the ID maps and the opacity maps. You know, the opacity maps are like usually the best for like using like cutting out the background of the things here, right? The ID maps, though, I want to see if they work, alright? I want to see if those things can contribute here. Which they will. I have no doubt they will, but I'm always surprised, you know, sometimes. I like testing things out to make sure that it does work before I go heavy into it, you know? Because that is what a good 3D modeler does. You know? But yeah. Let's see, I wait for this thing to do its save before we continue. Let's see here. But yeah. Let's go ahead and... Sweet, let's go and do this now. Go and grab these, delete that, go here. I'm taking a wild guess and say that right now it is crashing. Or not. Thoroughly surprised. Alright. I was swear this thing was going to be crashing on me. Whatever. Let's see here. Sometimes when you do things fast in Maya, things blow up. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and bake out all of these here, what you call it, these assets over this folder right here. I'm going to go ahead and bake these out as bush, veggie, assets, high. Let that stuff go. Go ahead and bake out the, let's see here, bake out the low poly. All right, simple as that. Low poly is literally 18 polygons for the entire batch, so it's whatever. It's gonna be fast. I expect this bake to be a little bit faster than the rest of them, you know, fully expecting it to be so. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring it in. Discard that. Don't want it. All right. Cool. Let's go ahead and go here. Rip this out. I want ambient occlusion. Want all of these. All right. Every single one of these. Then I want to go ahead and put this all on the max because this isn't a test. It is a test to see if this works. But if it does work, I am gonna be working with it. You know? So I want to go ahead and do this, all right? Go to ID maps, go to let's just go for vertex or material color first, then we'll see what happens, all right? I'm going to go ahead and bring in the high poly. All right. Let's go ahead and pull this thing up a little bit. All right. Now, I want to make sure I have the least. See here. Still breaking up over here. I am very touchy when it comes to these kind of details. So, 25. How big do we think this thing needs to be? Or plan on top? Let's go, let's go high. God. Let's go 50. Alright, cool. Almost there. Whoops. Let's go 80. Okay. Down a little bit more. How about 75? Let's go 55. Up. Just a touch. Just a small lip. 59. Is it 59? That is going to be the max distance we need. Nah, goes down to 58. 7. Okay. Alright, so 0, 50. Okay, yeah. So that is going to be good. I'll put this on subsampling 16, and we'll just do a small bake, alright? Be pretty fast. It should be fast. Alright. Oh, shit. Whatever. Return. Did I fuck that up? Let me see here. I may have fucked that up. I didn't fuck that up. Whatever. Best part is, too, as well, is we could use... This is the thing, too, right? We could use these as alphas. We could. In ZBrush, in Painter, and... Yeah. Yeah, so, that's gonna be good. So let me go ahead and show you what the hell we're gonna be doing, okay? So, let's say, I'm gonna have to bake this out fully. It ain't fully baked out yet. I just wanted to get the ID maps and the opacity baked out first, so I can kind of, like, make sure that is gonna work, you know? Usually, if that works, the rest of them will work as well. So, I'm gonna go ahead, the rest of the bake maps. I'm gonna go ahead and go for, color. First when I say, like, ID maps, if ID maps can bake flawlessly, everything else can bake flawlessly as well. Because ID maps are very finicky. They're very touchy, right? And it is something that if the full scale of the model is being baked on as a color silhouette, then you know for damn sure, everything else will also follow in pursuit. Because we can easily select all of these. Oh, let me actually do this, actually. Let me show you what the beauty of ID maps are. Alright? Let's say I want to bring this to a red, alright? It ain't going to be red in the end, but it's red now. All right. Let's say, let's go back over here. I would love to select the red. All right. Actually, let's go over here. I would love to make this a blue. Let's go for pink, whatever. I would love to make this here the interior. I want this to be a good solid red color. All right. Tolerance. Bring that all the way up there. That makes the interior for all of these stars like so. If I wanted to now, I could go over here to the fill layer, make this thing a little bit more the scene, you know. Not going to, but it's there for my convenience, right? I can make it metal, make it rough, make it opacity so we don't see that portion of the model, right? We could also, you know, do whatever the hell we want this thing, right? If I want to, I can make this thing shine. All right? Like our limits are literally like all over the place because we have these ID maps, all right? So, yeah. I'm going to go into this though. I can select everything now. And even better, if I wanted to, I could actually, you know, open a new layer, put up opacity, pull this thing down, mask. Let's go ahead and give this thing a fill layer. I want to give this thing bush. I want the opacity. All right. Go for a levels filter. All right. Then I would like to I want to have a blur map, all right? A blur map. All right. Blur and let's see here. A blur map and then let's go for a sharpen and this layer on the bottom, all right? I like having an undercolor for the entire model, right? An undercolor that I can just paint black, and therefore anything that I don't have a color for, it will be very seamless. Or if I really wanted to be so goddamn special, I could make that thing glow on. Whatever. I'm not gonna do it like that. I can go ahead and make this thing same color as the object, or just make it black and you know, have it be at that. But for this, I'll do this, so it looks like, you know, there's a three-dimensional thing going on here. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do now is I am going to do this real quickly. All right. I want to go ahead and bake all of these maps, all right? Because I need to. All right? So, let me go into this, all right? I'm going to call this here Bush Veggie Assets, all right? All right, sweet. So now, see, how many people do we have on both streams? See here. Go ahead. I want to go on and see on other stream. All right. See here. All right. With that said, though, I'm gonna bake it, but I know for a fact that if I do bake it, stream will lag, and this is kind of the end of the stream anyway. So, thank you to everyone who came out. Thank you to everyone who follows in the future. I'll see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow I want to try and stream at 3:30. The reason I didn't do it today is because I kind of slept in.